United Health Group is back. They're back on a hiring spree, folks. There's so many jobs I want to share with you guys today. So you'll definitely find something that suits your skill set. So definitely make sure you stay to the end of this video because there's so many positions that I'm going to share with you that just got released from United Health Group. They're all remote positions. So let's talk about it just at the top of it here. So we're going to be looking at positions as such as the audit intake specialist position, pre-service coordinator positions, very entry level friendly type of positions, enrollment specialist positions. Those are like customer service care coordinators, testers, and then something more on the mid to high end. Folks who have experience like nurses and physical therapists. We're going to be talking about a senior compliance specialist position. So stay tuned and let's get right into it. So the first one up is the audit intake specialist position. This is out of their business operations group of United Health Group, also known as Optum. That is their secondary arm that does a lot of this hiring for them. So the audit intake specialist is the kind of person they're looking for, someone who's going to provide guidance, support, and oversight to their designated facilities and ensure effective management and timely response to all government and applicable payer audits. So this is a really good one. It's a good entry level friendly position. Some of the responsibilities that they're looking for this person to do includes creating, tracking, uploading of government and commercial audits correctly into the audit tracking tool. Review and manage all correspondences from auditing bodies. So, you've done any audit work in the past, you've done any clerical work in the past, this is definitely for you. And I would say, even customer service work, all those skills transfer into this audit intake specialist position. It's a full time position, it's remote, 40 hours a week, 8 to 5. Let's go down and look at some of the other responsibilities that's required of this position. So they want you to collaborate with clinical educators, collaborate with leadership. The qualifications they're looking for is a high school diploma or a GED. 2 years of experience working with hospitals and operations, clinical or finance. If you've worked in any of those areas for 2 years, that's what they're looking for. 1 year of healthcare experience, an intermediate level of proficiency with Microsoft Office tools. Outlook, Word, Excel, PowerPoint. Some of their preferred qualifications, they're looking for someone who understands the audit response process and audit intake requirements, comfortable working in different systems, knowledge and familiarity with government and commercial audits. So again, whenever we talk about auditing, it's different for every organization. And this person is pretty much the person who's going to be intaking any audits that come through for specific facilities. They're the ones who are going to be inputting in the system what is required of this audit. They'll facilitate with the groups that need to respond to the audit. So if it's an audit from the federal government or a commercial entity that's auditing Optum or this particular group, this is the person that intakes all that information, coordinates responses back to the folks who are requesting of the audit. So this is a really good position. Let's go to the really important piece of this, which is how much does it pay? How much are you going to pay me for this? 16 to 31.44 per hour. That is awesome. So this is entry level. In addition to your salary, you get benefits, incentive and recognition programs, equity stock purchase, that's free stock, and 401k contributions. So you get a lot of benefits with this. So this is a good one. All right, happy hunting. Get on top of this one. This one just came out today. All right, moving on. All right, so here's another great position with United Health Group, Optum. This is for a pre-service coordinator, and this is a remote position. You can work from anywhere within the US. So let's talk about this. What are they looking for this pre-service coordinator to do? It says right here in this paragraph, the pre-service coordinator plays an integral role in optimizing the patient's recovery journey. The pre-service coordinator is responsible for reviewing pre-authorization requests for skilled nursing and rehabilitative services and determining if requests meet medical necessity for the requested level of care. So this is a job that's for our RN, a physical therapist, or an occupational therapist. The role has to do with optimizing patients' recovery journey. So if you have experience in those areas, that is what they're looking for. You need somebody like that who's looking to do remote work in the RN, PT, or OT field. Because if you look at the responsibilities, it gets into that. This person is either going to this person is going to be in a hybrid role. They're going to either be the gatherer and authorization document creator, or solely as a clinical and authorization reviewer. So you can't do both, right? Separation of duties. You're going to be doing one or the other for each case. Perform review of all direct admits to SNF, that's a skilled nursing facility, via physician office, ED, or HH, the home health. So if you're in that field, home health, skilled nursing facilities, you have experience in that, you've performed reviews in your past, that's the type of stuff that they're looking for in this position. You can go through it if you're a nurse. I'm sure you're familiar with the type of work that they're asking for here. You're going to complete processes as it relates to pre-service authorization. So basically, you're going to determine if this person is qualified to receive this type of level of care that this person is looking to get. Okay, because this is like off-site type care. All right. So required qualifications, you definitely need a bachelor's degree or higher, 3 years of clinical experience. You need to be a registered clinical nurse, a physical therapist or occupational therapist, experience in oversight and supervision of assistants, folks who are CNAs, PTAs, or OTAs. If you supervise any of this type of personnel, this is the kind of qualifications they're looking for. Experience with physician engagement and crucial conversations, ability and familiarity to review patients' clinical information, including critical thinking skills, ability to work any shift between the hours of 1 and 10 CST, including flexibility and willingness to work in an early or late shift or longer than normal hours to accommodate peaks in volume of work and or weekends. And if you're a nurse, you know how this works. I know you all are very flexible, and we're so grateful for the work that you do. All right. So this is a really great one. I would say hop on it. Go ahead and apply to Optum if you're looking for a remote work to do on the side, or you're looking for it full time. Go ahead and apply to this. How about the salary? What are they paying? They're paying $32.60 up to $64 an hour plus benefits. It's a comprehensive benefits package, incentive and recognition programs, equity stock purchase, and 401k contributions. So this is another great position coming out of United Health Group, Optum. So go ahead and hop on this if you're in that field of nursing. Stay tuned for the rest. We've got some other types of positions which are not nursing. So just stay here with me, and we're going to move on to the next one. All right. Up next is the Enrollment Specialist, remote position. Again, this is another entry-friendly, great position coming out of United Health Group. What are they looking for this enrollment specialist to do? Let's look at it. All right. Primary responsibilities: demonstrate a moderate level of knowledge and skills in your own function. Make outbound calls to members who are eligible to participate in one of the health management coaching programs. Receive inbound calls to enroll members and or provide customer service. So here's another great position where if you have worked in customer service, those skills are highly transferable to this. You definitely want to highlight those skills for this particular position. So the required qualifications, pay very close attention to this one. High school diploma, once again, you don't need a degree for this position, but they have some little quirks in their required qualifications, but don't let it scare you. Just make sure that your resume reflects what they're asking for here. The second bullet point I want to draw your attention to: 2+ years of general customer service experience analyzing and solving customer problems, 6 months of experience working in a call center, great. Ability to create, edit, save documents utilizing Microsoft Word. Here's the catch: must have worked consistently for the last 24 months for only one employer. Make sure your resume reflects this key point here. I think what they're saying here is that they're looking for someone who's going to be loyal. They don't want somebody who's hopped around from job to job, and your resume needs to reflect that you've worked for one employer consistently in the last 24 months. And then your ability to work 11:30 a.m. to 8 p.m. Central Time. So definitely make sure you have that flexibility in your resume. Preferred qualifications, preferred, not required. So if you have these, this is definitely a plus. Experience working within the healthcare industry, experience working in a hospital, physician's office, or medical clinical setting, professional experience in a clerical or administrative support related role, working knowledge of medical terminology to communicate with members and providers. If you've worked in any type of healthcare department, industry, company, hospital, anything having to do with healthcare, I would throw all these bullet points right on your resume and make sure those are highlighted, okay? Front, top, and center, okay? Telecommunicating requirements, they want you're required to have a dedicated workspace, ability to keep all company sensitive documents secure, must live in a location that can receive a United Health Group approved high-speed internet. Goes without saying, you need internet if you're going to work remotely anyway. If you're going to work from home, just make sure you have high-speed internet to do this type of work. All right, so that is a great one. You want to know how much they're paying? Right down here, 16 to 31.44 per hour. And it's based on several factors, but not limited to education, work experience, certifications. You want to make sure you highlight everything you've got on your resume so you can command top dollar. You always want to ask for the top of the range, especially when it's given to you here. In addition to your salary, you're also offered benefits, comprehensive benefits package. United Health Group is great with this. Incentive and recognition programs, equity stock purchase, once again, free stock in the company, and 401k contribution. All of these things are great. They're great for your now, they're great for your future. You definitely want to have a 401k to live on, especially as you grow older. All right. So this is another one coming out of United Health Group. It's a great one. And we are going to move on to the fourth position I have for you. I told you I have many coming out of United Health Group. They're on a hiring spree. So the quicker you can get to these, then apply to them, the better. All right, moving on. So let's talk about the next one. This is the user acceptance tester position. This is also a remote position that can be worked anywhere in the US, any of the states in the US. All right. So if you've done software, if you've worked with folks who've developed software, you'll understand what the UAT position is all about. User acceptance tester analyst. This person will work within the producer administration team to ensure product readiness prior to usage by business through end-to-end user experience testing on multiple applications. The UAT analyst will provide our customers with the confidence and assurance that a software is ready for use with major focus on business process, controls, and quality system performance. Basically, all this is saying is that this person is going to be the one to test the software before it's ready for prime time and usage by the entire company. Okay, so you'll be the tester. You'll develop manual test scripts, and you can do this because you're going to be working side by side, shadowing what the software developers, the programmers are doing. You'll know what it is that they're developing in the system, and you'll be writing test scripts to test each part to make sure it doesn't break, it's working as intended. That's what a tester does. You want to make sure you test every single part of the system and make sure it's ready for prime time before you roll it out. You want to get all the bugs out of it. All right, primary responsibilities: evaluate business processes, develop and analyze business requirements and user stories. Basically, user stories means requirements in a collaborative environment. Identify areas of improvement associated with the business process. Develop comprehensive test scenarios, basically scripts. Those are basically step-by-step instructions on what to test in the system. Here's what we expect, and here are the actual results. Did it pass or did it fail? That's what you're doing as a tester. Execute manual user acceptance testing within a test environment. Again, you're going to be manually developing these scripts, so it's easy. It's not something where you're going to actually be coding the test. This is something that you're going to be developing from your own head, from your own mind, sitting with the developers. And right now, let's test this part. Let's test the next part. That's what you do. And anything that fails is called a defect. And you have to give it back to the programmers and have them, fix it. And then you retest it. So until we get it to pass and everything is working as intended. What are required qualifications? High school diploma or higher with 3+ years of experience in a comparable role. Okay. 3 years of business user acceptance testing experience. If you've done any kind of testing on any application, if they ask you to test anything in the past, it counts. 1 year of broker service and or commission or credentialing experience. So if you worked in a real estate company, which is broker service, anything with sales, anything in credentialing, billing, healthcare, insurance, any of that, you want to throw that on your resume. Anything you can think of in your past experience that speaks to these 3 areas, put it on there. Experience with Microsoft Excel. So you basically want to say, I know how to create and edit formulas, pivot tables, and spreadsheets. Nothing fancy they're going to be asking you to do. Just know how to enter stuff into Excel and save it. Ability to support multiple releases, which includes evening and weekend deployments as needed. All that means is, when they roll out the first version of the software, they may make some additional enhancements, add some additional functionality to it. They're going to ask you to test that additional functionality, and they're going to roll it back out. And that's what they mean here is ability to support multiple releases. Ability to work full-time Monday through Friday, 7 to 5 local time, including the flexibility to work occasional overtime given the business need. So you should like that. If there's overtime opportunity, means more money. All right, preferred qualifications, experience with agile methodology. Go Google that if you've never worked in agile. All that means is the ability to release software in bits and pieces. That's all that agile is about. Experience managing high volumes of data, including test data mining. That's not a big deal. As long as you can use Excel, you can data mine whatever they ask you to do. Okay. Basically, you want to be able to add, sum up things. You want to be able to pull out data when they ask you to, but that business analysts don't have to do a lot of this. Effective at prioritizing projects, tasks, and deadlines, healthcare insurance experience. So all these are all preferred qualifications, not required. If you have any of those, throw them on your resume. Okay. And the most important thing is how much does it pay? $18.80 to $36.78. So $37 an hour. You definitely want to go for this. Apply for it as quickly as possible. As I said, they're on a hiring spree. The quicker you get your resume in there, the better. Make sure you read the primary responsibilities, the qualification areas, and the definition of the position. Make sure you have keywords in your resume. And as long as those keywords are highlighted in your resume, okay, you have a better chance at actually getting an interview. And once you get to the interview area, that's when you really want to shine the light on your experience and what you bring to the table. All right. So let's keep it moving. The next one here, the final one, this is a really great one as well. This is more for a senior compliance specialist, senior compliance analyst, senior compliance analyst, remote position. There's a little quirk to this particular position because I believe they're looking for someone who is remote in California. So this is for our Californians out there who are listening to this video. This is for you. I would say even if you don't work in California and you have a resume that speaks to this, go ahead and submit it. They seem to, I guess because this is around compliance for the state of California, they want somebody who knows about California compliance and regulatory law. So anyways, let's get into it and let's see what the description is and see how you may fit and how you may qualify for this. So as a senior compliance analyst, you will assist in coordinating audits and monitor changes to laws and regulations to ensure compliance with state and federal mandates. So that's what the compliance analyst is doing. This is what they're asking for the person to do. Coordinate regulatory and health plan audit activities, establish a mandate and implement standard policies, procedures, and best practices across the company to promote compliance with applicable law and contractual obligations, conduct state-specific legal research, and monitor changes and requirements to mitigate risk and achieve compliance, support the collection of data for regulatory filings, develop compliance communications, and drive problem resolution for a business segment across United Health Group. Okay. The qualifications here, look at what they're asking for: a high school diploma or equivalent experience, 4+ years of experience working in government, legal, healthcare, managed care, and or health insurance environment in a regulatory, privacy, or compliance role. So I think this is really what they're driving at. If you have experience in any of these areas mentioned here, government, legal, healthcare, managed care, anything that has to do with regulatory compliance, privacy, you definitely want to go ahead and apply to this role. Okay. Experience in communicating complex information via phone conversations and emails to non-technical clients, external customers, internal customers, and executives. Experience interacting and collaborating with a variety of stakeholders. So they basically want someone with experience in compliance. Okay. That is what they're asking for you to bring to the table. They're not asking for a degree. And if you do have one, it's definitely preferred. Bachelor's degree in any of these areas will be great, or I would say in any major, really. Just go ahead and throw that on your resume. Let's look at what they're paying. $67,800 to $133,100. So this is definitely a six-figure role. You're looking at $67 an hour plus benefits. Education, work experience, certifications will determine what your actual salary is. But you do, once again, you get that comprehensive benefits package, incentive and recognition programs, equity stock, 401k contributions. Once again, United Health Group is great with their benefits package. And this is a really great six-figure job for those who are looking for something in compliance. All right, folks. Drop a comment for me. Let me know how your job hunt is going. Let me know if you have any questions, any input, if you need any advice, if you need any input into your resume, go ahead and drop a comment. I look at those and I'll respond to you accordingly. Thank you so much. And I wish you the best of luck as you're on this job hunt. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.